Good afternoon. Drew of the Shed here, coming to you again on a Sunday afternoon, and I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but here in Montana we are experiencing some very nice spring showers, and it's just great sound on the roof. Today I am joined by Savinelli 625 with some McClelland Dark English. Today, I was thinking about this week and what I'm going to talk about. And I was just taking some time as to what I did want to talk about. I kept racking my brain and going, why isn't something coming to me? And then it did, very clearly. You need to talk about patience. You need to have patience yourself. So this week I'm going to be talking about patience, or otherwise known as the art of waiting. And it's something I think we have a hard time doing a lot. I know I am not very good at it sometimes, and in fact sometimes I'm absolutely horrible at it. And the more I thought about it, I was like, well, I can kind of break it down, most times break it down into three different categories. Those being, it isn't ready, you're not ready, and the third one, something better is coming. So the first one, it isn't ready. We all know that if you go to a barbecue restaurant, you can't just take a brisket, wave it over the fire, and magically it's ready. No, it takes a good amount of time. You have to wait for it. Those flavors develop. It's not ready for you to have it yet. But when it is finally ready, and you're sliced up just perfectly, you got that nice little bit of smoke ring, it's a testament to the time it took, and a time that you waited. You were patient because you knew something better was coming. So that one's pretty easy. The second one, you aren't ready. I like to think of this, I'm a home brewer. And at first you start brewing really simple beers. You don't start with grain, you start with a compound called extract. It's like maple syrup. And this gives you the necessary skills to learn how to learn the basics of brewing. You do this at this certain time. You get your cleaning practices together, and very much homebrewing is like pipe smoking in that it's ritualistic. And without these rituals, the experience is not as good. The end result isn't good. And if you try at first doing something very complicated, or something just with a higher level of skill set without really knowing what you're doing, your end result's going to be terrible. And so you have to be patient with yourself. You have to take time to build up your skills. It's not just there right away. You just don't inherently know how to do it. And as much as we'd all like that to happen, it's just not part of being human. So the third type, and easily the hardest to understand, is that there's something better coming. I myself am struggling with this a lot right now. My wife and I were looking to buy a house. And that isn't something that just happens right away. I'm sure we could have gotten together a down payment if we really wanted to. And we could have, maybe found roommates to make getting a mortgage payment easier. But the fact of the matter is, there might be something better for my wife and I coming along. And I, in fact, know that there's something better. But it's having that foresight and being able to think about it, that there is something better coming. That can be really difficult. Especially today in this society where we want instant gratification. We want something right away. But through patience, through working hard, which goes along with patience very much so, because being patient isn't just a waiting game. It's an art. It's something that you work for. It's something that you get better at. And so knowing that something better is coming is often the key to patience, because good things just don't come overnight. With that, I'd like to end with a quote from William Penn today. And that is, "Patience and diligence, like faith, remove mountains." And with that, my friends, be kind and good to each other. Have a great week.